book is Charlie and Lola. I can't stop hiccuping. I have this little sister Lola. She is small and very funny. Lola is practicing the words to her song. She is singing it with Lola tonight at the school concert. Lola and Lola sing, "The spring is here, the cold has fled, the flowers bloom and raise their heads. Spring is here, spring is here, spring is here at last." Then Lola and Lola giggle and giggle until Lola has hiccups. In art class, Lola paints a bird with a big tail and a teeny tiny beak. Hic! When Lola hiccups, her brush flies across the painting. Arnold says, "Now it looks like an airplane." Lola says, "But I didn't want to paint an airplane." At recess, Lola says, "My hiccups won't go away." So I say, "I have an idea. Look at my finger very, very closely." Then Marv jumps out of nowhere. Boo! Lola screams, "Ah! Why did you do that?" Marv says, "To scare away your hiccups." Then Lola says, "They're completely gone." In class, Lola says, "The concert's gonna be all right now that my hiccups have gone away." Lola says, "Oh yes. Do you like my tower?" Lola leans in for a closer look. Lola knocks Lola's tower over. Lola says, "Sorry, Lola." At lunch, everyone tells Lola different ways to get rid of her hiccups. She pats her head and rubs her tummy. She drinks from the wrong side of her cup. He says, "Ah," for as long as she can. Then Lola tries lying on her back and wiggling her legs in the air. Lola asks, "Is it working?" Lola says, "Yes, they're gone." But later during our snack, Lola's hiccups come back. "Oh," says Lola, "at first they were funny, but I don't want to have them anymore." I say, sometimes things can be fun at first, but then you get a bit fed up, like strawberries. First one's always super delicious. And Lola says, if you eat too many of them, they're not fun, just like my hiccups. So I say, "What hiccups?" And Lola says, "They're gone again." Lola and Lola are at backstage before the school concert. Lola says, "I haven't hiccuped for nearly one whole hour." Lola says, "Should we have one last little practice?" Lola and Lola sing their song and they giggle and giggle, then Lola says, "Oh no, we'd better get Charlie." Lola says, "Lola made me laugh and I got the hiccups again. How can I sing with the hiccups?" So I say, "Try making me laugh, then I can catch your hiccups. Then you won't have them." Lola wiggles and makes silly faces. Lola blows a raspberry. I say, "Hee hee hee, On stage, Lola and Lola sing their song. The spring is here, the cold has fled, the flowers bloom and raise their heads. Spring is here, spring is here, spring is here at last. Lola sings the song without even one little hiccup. Everyone claps, especially me and Marv. Marv asks, "How did you do it?" I say, "I pretended Lola has given her hiccups to me." We all laugh, and all of a sudden hic! Marv says, "Very funny, Charlie." I say, "Hic! Now I really have the hiccups." The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is where Charlie thought that he gave his hiccups to Lola, and then when they all started laughing, he got hiccups. This book is Charlie and Lola. I'm going to save a panda. I have this little sister Lola. She's small and very funny. She's very excited because it's Save an Animal Day at school. On the way to school, Lola says, "I would be really, absolutely, extremely good at saving animals." Lola says, "Maybe we can save some giraffes." Lola says, "Yes, sometimes because they're so tall, giraffes get their heads stuck up in the clouds." Lola says, "Let's blow." Lola says, "See, we're very good at saving animals." "Yes, very good," says Lola. That's not what it means to save an animal," I say. "We need to raise money to build safe homes for animals. That way, they won't be extinct." Then Lola asks, "What is a stinct?" And I say, "Extinct means no more of that animal in the whole entire world." Then Lola says, "Oh no!" I say, "Some people make jewelry from turtle shells." In Africa, some people steal rhinoceroses' horns. And there aren't many parrots in Mexico because their trees are all being chopped down. Marv says, "These are called endangered animals." Lola and Lola say, "We definitely must help." At the library, Lola says, "Look, snowy leopards are endangered." Then Marv says, "So are moon jellyfish." And I say, "And brown pelicans." Lola says, "Oh no, pandas are endangered too." I say, "Giant pandas live in China. They eat bamboo all day long." And Marv says, "But people are cutting down all their bamboo." Then I say, "Without enough food, giant pandas might disappear completely." So Lola says, "I think I would like to save a panda." And we all say, "Yes." I say, "We need sponsors. They'll give us money for doing different things, like swimming 5 laps. Lola says, "But I can't swim yet." So I ask, "Well, what are you good at?" Lola says, "I'm good at skipping, and Lola's very good at hopping." Later I say, "Look at all our sponsors. We're going to raise lots of money tomorrow." Lola says, "I can't wait to hop, hop, and hop. And skip, skip, and skip," said Lola. "And stand on one leg," said Marv. "And balance an apple on my head," I say. The next morning, Lola's all spotty. She has the chicken pox. Lola says, "Mom says I absolutely cannot go to school. Now I won't be able to do the sponsored hopping and save a giant panda." So I say, "Sorry, Lola. I'll come back at lunch to tell you how everyone's doing." At lunch I say, "Everyone's raised a lot of money." But Lola says, "Everyone except me." And I say, "Maybe you still can. What if people sponsor your spots?" Lola says, That's a very good idea. I say 64, 65. Lola, you've raised the most money. We're definitely going to save a giant panda now. And Lola says, you haven't even seen the spots on my tummy yet, Charlie. The end. What is your favorite part of the story? My favorite part of the story is Lola and Lola think that saving an animal is getting a giraffe's head out from a cloud. Thank you for reading with me.